Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of Assemblage Required Advent Calendar. Today is day 17. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up and see what we've got. And then I'm going to try to create with it. Oh, I've got a coffee cup with coffee beans, which could easily be turned into a teacup if you put like a label or something over the coffee beans. Oh, and then I've got some hearts that look like kind of like a steamy heart. Those are cool. Okay. I'm going to go pull some pictures and see what I can create with that. I'll be right back. Okay, so today is actually also Woodgrain and Winter. So I have pulled out this wood grain paper that has these wood rounds on it, and I think that's going to be perfect to go with this blue starry sky background. It's actually not a sky. I don't know exactly what it's supposed to be, but it's an old paper. It's like, it's the one of those really old thin papers. I want to say it says Karen Foster on the back, which it doesn't have a date. So super, super old, but it's kind of busy. So I thought these kind of wood rounds, kind of toned it down, and they go with the color that's in the center of all the stars. So I'm going to go with that. I've got two photos, which seem like they might be weird photos for this particular background, but these photos are basically late night travel treats, and that's going to be the title of my layout. These were taken on our way to Idaho last time, and we stopped in Northern California in Auburn, and they have a Dutch Bros, and we don't have a Dutch Bros in the Bay Area, so it was super exciting because we both love Dutch Bros. And we've got an iced gingerbread latte, which is a hot drink. You can get it iced. I mean, you can get it cold, but it is a hot iced gingerbread latte, and it was fantastic. And we were staying at a friend's house in Nevada, and I texted her to let her know about what time we were expected in, and she said, meet us at our church. We're doing this pie thing. It was like a pie praise and prayer type deal. And she said, you guys will be getting there right about the time the pie is served. And sure enough, we got there as, just during the pie portion of the event. And so we had pie, and it was fantastic. And so that's what I'm documenting today. Kind of a weird thing to document, but because it was nighttime and super cold outside, that background paper made me think of cold and night. And the wood rounds is driving up through the Sierras with all of the big trees. It made me think of that. And because they're kind of grayish, it made me think of them at night. So that's what I'm going with. That was my train of thought anyway. I am roughing up all of the edges of my papers with my distress tool from MK over at Some Assemblage Required, same place where all of the advent calendar stuff has come from. And I am going to actually use 3 of the hearts and the little coffee icon as well. And yeah, I think it's going to come out really cool. I think also that having 2 photos in opposing directions is sometimes the hardest way to, well, it's one of the more difficult ways to do a layout. It's much easier if they're going the same direction, but mine are going to go opposing directions. A lot of times I would make a block of paper behind them that creates like a big rectangle instead of having them, see, I tried to get them going the same way, you guys, but yeah, it just didn't work. But in this case, I didn't want to do that big rectangle. So I pulled out these extra large alphas. They are, I think, 2¼ 2½ inches tall. They are a Tim Holtz for Sizzix product, and they've been in my stash for a while. I don't know if they still have them. If they do, I will link them down below for you. But I'm going to do my faux thickers again. I've been really on a roll of using my foam and my paper to create my own alphas, and so I am going to do that using a blue foam and a black cardstock that's going to work out really well because I feel like it needs kind of a bold title. And these letters are not really bold, but they're tall, so it's going to work out okay. I'm going to have these say travel treats. And then you're not going to get to see this, but over on my Silhouette Studio software, I'm going to use a font called Dream and create the words late night. And I'm going to spell it Latene. And the main reason for that is because my two words that I'm doing out of the foam are both the same length, travel and treats. Are each 6 letters, that I wanted something that had the same amount of letters in each word for my top layer, which is going to be late night. And I'm going to use that scripty, delicate Dream font to be a layer right over the top. And if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you might have seen me do this before. I do this periodically, and I love the way that it looks when you have a bold blocky font and then this scripty one right over the top. And I apologize that you don't get to see it. Basically, I did my whole layout with the exception of the silhouette portion and I think gluing down the last 2 acrylic heart pieces. And we had dinner plans, so I had to rush out to dinner. And then when I came back, I did the last portion of it and did not turn on the recorder because I don't have anything I didn't really have a way to record doing the stuff on my silhouette easily. And so once I got it cut out, I completely forgot to turn the recorder on to glue everything down. So my apologies for that. You'll see it in the close-ups, and I hope that you like it. I am leaving enough space between travel and treats for one of those hearts to kind of tuck in up at the top there. And I think that's going to work out really well. It is kind of important, especially with this paper that I've got with the wood rounds. It's from Paper Rose, so it's got kind of a glossy finish to it. It doesn't soak up the glue as quickly as some of the other papers, so it takes it a few minutes to dry. So putting my acrylic blocks right over the top is just kind of holding everything in place while the glue sets up. I'm pulling out this additional Tim Holtz for Sizzix alpha set that has a globe in it, and I'm cutting that out on some black paper to be one of my embellishments because this is travel. I figured a globe would work really well. And then I am going to use the circle from it and cut a ring out of silver to back the whole globe. Now I did have to go back over the globe a couple of times because, well, first of all, my plates are a bit warped and cracked. And I do have a new set, but I've been kind of like, I don't want to pull it out and crack it right away. So let me use these crack ones until they basically run the life of their existence, basically, until they don't work anymore. And so, yeah, it took me a couple of run throughs to get that grid work cut out. It is pretty detailed and it did a great job. So I'm really happy with the way that that looks. And then I do have to let that set up also because the silver paper is from Tonic Studios. It's their mirror paper and it has a sheen to it as well. So I have to wait for my glue to set up on that too, because again, it doesn't soak in really quickly either. So I'm happy with how that looks. You can see I've kind of got the placement of where my coffee cup is going to go. And I'm liking how that looks also. I am going to put a label on at the top of the photo on the left-hand side. There's kind of a dead space there. So I'm going to have a label that's going to kind of overlap that so I can write down basically what the treats were and what the situation was. And I think that's going to work out just fine. And that is it, you guys. I know it's hard to see those top 2 hearts. You'll see them in the close-ups here in just a moment. I hope that you enjoyed this one. And don't forget to go check out everyone playing along with Woodgrain and Winter. There is a link down below in the description box so you can check that out. And then if you go check out what MK is doing today on her channel, she's playing along with Woodgrain and Winter and probably using the items from the advent calendar as well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another one. Bye-bye.